Okay, so in the last video, we imported this song called Center My Life into our song library. Now, before we put this up on the screen for people to sing along with, I want you to notice a couple things that are different about this when we just imported it from Fierce that we were looking at earlier. So there's three things that you need to do every time you import a song to ProPresenter. Now, the first one that you probably notice, the really obvious one, is that at the beginning of Fierce, we've got this purple moving background over here. You can see it moving maybe a little bit on your screen. So at the beginning of Center My Life, we need to go down to our media bin, and we need to look at our backgrounds library. We haven't really looked at this yet, but our media bin has backgrounds, videos, and countdowns. And we're going to take this solar flare background, and we're going to put it right at the beginning of the song. So that's number one. Make sure that it has some sort of background, and also make sure that the background does not have green in it. That's very important. So that's number one. Make sure it has a background. The other thing that you might notice about this background here is that we've got this little glasses and mustache guy up in the top left corner. And what that does is that makes it to where we can send something slightly different to the projector screen than we send to the other computer to send to Facebook Live. So what we've got to do on Center My Life is we have to add an action, and the action what we're going to do is a looks action. So let me walk you through how to do this. You're going to right click on the background slide. You're going to go down to add action. Then you go over to audience look, and because this is a song, we're going to change the audience look to songs. Okay, so every time you import a song from CCLI or from anywhere else, make sure that first you put a background screen on it, and then second that you edit this look. So again, it's right click, go down to add action, audience look, and then you pick songs. If for some reason you need to change the audience look, you can go down to edit action and then audience looks, and then that brings up your options again. We're going to keep it on songs. And the last thing, I said there were three things that you need to do when you import a song. The last one is going to require a little bit of decisions on your part, but it's really simple to do. So what you're going to do is come over to, actually, let me show you why. So you see how, probably if you can see well on your computer screen, this text is all kind of jumbled up here on the screen. And on Fierce, you don't really get that. It's always two lines the whole way through. So the third thing is if there are three lines, you're going to use the Reflow editor up here in the top. So it's the third one over in your editors up at the top. The first one is show. We didn't really talk about that one. That's just the one that you use on a regular basis. But Reflow is going to help you kind of figure out how to get things onto just two lines. So think about the way that the song is sung, and if you have to listen to it while the band practices it. But we want to do turn my eyes to see you, Jesus, in all your glory, turn my eyes. We want to make that into just a couple lines per slide. So let's start with, let's make a break here. So the first line just has turn my eyes, and then the second line says to see you, Jesus. So all I did on that first one was hit enter, just like you would if you were typing. Now to make a new slide out of this, you don't have to go in and make a new slide and copy and paste the lyrics. All you have to do is go down here to the bottom of this Reflow editor and hit insert slide break. And that lets you make a very clean two lines, and it makes another slide for you. It puts it in the right section. It's still in the verse. And you can do this all the way through the song, and you should. Every time you enter a song, make sure the whole song just has 1 or 2 lines on it, but never 3 or more. So the next verse, we would do tune my heart. We would hit enter to sing and wonder. And then we can go ahead and insert the slide break, and that makes another slide for us. So you definitely want to make sure that that these are breaks that you can kind of hit while they're singing the song. You don't want to cut it off like in the middle of a line or in the middle of a phrase. So you want to just try to get it to where it's about where the singers would take a breath if they were singing it, that a new slide would come up. My wife would say that there is one right way to do this, and she's probably right, but I would probably give you a little bit more grace if you didn't get that exactly right. But just think about how the song is sung when you're doing this. Again, that's the Reflow editor up here at the top. And I'm going to go through once this video's over. You don't have to watch me do it all. But I'm going to go through and make sure that each of these slides gets split up into other slides, so there's only 2 lines per slide. It ends up just looking a lot better. And in comparison, here's the old one, and we put this new slide up. It's very clean. It's just very precise, and it's not all jumbled up. So those are the 3 things. When you import a song, after you get it from Song Select, make sure that you put a background slide on. Make sure that you add the looks action, and then make sure that you go through and check that there's only 2 lines per slide. Now, I chose Center My Life because it was kind of a mess when you import it. Not all of them are going to be like that, so you don't have to worry. It normally won't be as much work as this one will be. So there you have it. In the next video, I will be talking about, I don't know what I will be talking about. This might be the last video on doing songs. So thank you for watching, and I know this was a long one, so thank you for staying put, and again, I just appreciate so much that you are willing to help out on this.